Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to share with you a story of resilience, determination, and relentless pursuit of a meaningful life. Imagine waking up each day without arms or legs. For many, this might seem like an unbearable challenge. But for Nick Vujicic, it was a stepping stone to becoming one of the most inspirational figures of our time. Nick didn't let his circumstances define him. Instead, he silenced his doubts, conquered his fears, and transformed his obstacles into opportunities. His story teaches us that no matter how overwhelming our challenges might feel, it's the thoughts of laziness, doubt, and fear within us that hold us back the most. So today I invite you to kill your lazy thoughts and awaken the leader within you. Let's rise above the excuses, embrace the struggle, and discover the boundless potential we all possess. Because if Nick can, why can't we? Lazy thoughts often begin as subtle whispers in our minds, telling us to take the easier path, delay action, or avoid challenges altogether. These thoughts might seem harmless at first, but over time they can become a significant barrier to personal growth and success. The first step to overcoming them is acknowledging their presence. Often we fail to realize how much control these thoughts have over us. They manifest as excuses, self-doubt, or even fear disguised as rationality. By bringing these thoughts to light, we can begin to understand their origins and the role they play in our lives. Many lazy thoughts stem from deeply ingrained habits or past experiences. For example, the fear of failure might lead to avoidance, or previous instances of comfort create a reluctance to step out of our comfort zone. Recognizing these patterns requires self-awareness. It's essential to pay attention to your inner dialogue and question the motives behind your thoughts. Are you avoiding a task because it's genuinely not worthwhile, or is it because it feels uncomfortable? Are you delaying action because you need more information, or are you procrastinating out of fear of making mistakes? Once you've identified the presence of lazy thoughts, the next step is to challenge them. Challenging doesn't mean fighting or suppressing them. It means analyzing their validity. Lazy thoughts often thrive on assumptions or exaggerated fears. For instance, the thought, "I'm not good enough to succeed," might seem convincing at first, but when examined, it often lacks evidence. By questioning these thoughts, you strip them of their power. Ask yourself, what proof do I have to support this thought? What would happen if I ignored it and took action anyway? This process shifts your mindset from being controlled by these thoughts to being in control of how you respond to them. It's also helpful to replace lazy thoughts with more constructive ones. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll do it tomorrow," you can tell yourself, "Taking one small step today will bring me closer to my goal." This isn't about false positivity, but about creating a mindset that prioritizes action over inaction. Constructive thoughts are rooted in the belief that every step, no matter how small, contributes to progress. They help build momentum and make daunting tasks feel more manageable. Challenging lazy thoughts also involves recognizing the triggers that lead to them. For some, it might be fatigue or overwhelm. For others, it could be a lack of motivation or unclear goals. Understanding your triggers allows you to develop strategies to counteract them. If you tend to procrastinate because a task feels overwhelming, break it into smaller, more manageable steps. If you avoid tasks because they seem tedious, find ways to make them more engaging or rewarding. Addressing the root cause of lazy thoughts ensures that you're not just treating the symptoms, but tackling the problem at its core. Accountability is another powerful tool in this process. Share your goals with someone you trust or set deadlines for yourself. When you have someone or something holding you accountable, it becomes harder to give in to lazy thoughts. External accountability often complements internal motivation, creating a balance that encourages consistent action. Finally, recognize that lazy thoughts are a natural part of being human. Everyone experiences moments of doubt, procrastination, or avoidance. What sets successful individuals apart is their ability to acknowledge these thoughts without letting them dictate their actions. It's not about eradicating lazy thoughts entirely, but learning to navigate them effectively. Each time you choose to act despite your thoughts, you strengthen your ability to overcome them in the future. Setting clear goals and taking small, consistent steps is one of the most effective ways to overcome inertia and create meaningful progress in any area of life. When goals are vague or undefined, it becomes easy to lose focus, get distracted, or become overwhelmed by the sheer number of choices and possibilities. Clarity in goal setting provides a sense of direction, purpose, and motivation, making it much easier to take the necessary actions toward achieving them. The process begins by defining what you truly want to achieve. This requires introspection and specificity. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be successful," consider breaking that down into more concrete terms, such as, "I want to start my own business within the next year," or "I want to improve my physical health by losing 15 pounds in 3 months. A well-defined goal gives you a target to aim for and creates a sense of urgency and accountability. Once a goal is set, the next step is to break it into smaller, more manageable steps. Large goals can often feel intimidating, leading to procrastination or self-doubt. Breaking them into smaller steps makes them feel more achievable and provides a roadmap for how to get there. For example, if your goal is to write a book, you might break it down into steps like outlining the chapters, writing 500 words a day, and editing one chapter at a time. Each small step completed builds confidence and momentum, making the overall goal seem less daunting. Consistency is the key to turning these small steps into significant achievements. Taking action regularly, even if it's just a tiny step each day, creates a habit of progress. Habits compound over time, and the cumulative effect of consistent effort can lead to extraordinary results. For instance, dedicating just 30 minutes a day to a new skill might not seem like much initially, but over the course of a year, it can result in substantial improvement. This approach also helps counter the natural tendency to overestimate what can be done in a day while underestimating what can be accomplished in a year. It's also important to prioritize progress over perfection when taking these steps. Perfectionism can be paralyzing, often leading to inaction, because the fear of making mistakes or not being good enough takes over. By focusing on consistent progress, you shift your mindset from worrying about outcomes to valuing the effort itself. This reduces the pressure and allows you to learn and grow through the process. Each step taken, no matter how imperfect, brings you closer to your goal. Tracking your progress is another essential aspect of this approach. Monitoring your achievements, no matter how small, provides a sense of accomplishment and reinforces your motivation. This could be as simple as checking off tasks on a to-do list, maintaining a journal of your efforts, or using an app to track your milestones. Seeing tangible evidence of your progress serves as a reminder that your efforts are paying off and keeps you motivated to continue. Adapting and adjusting your steps as needed is equally important. Goals and circumstances may change over time, and being flexible allows you to navigate challenges and stay on track. For instance, if one approach isn't yielding results, consider trying a different method or breaking the steps down further. Flexibility ensures that setbacks or obstacles don't derail your efforts entirely and keeps you focused on finding solutions. A key benefit of this approach is the sense of empowerment it creates. Each small step taken reinforces the belief that you are capable of making progress and achieving your goals. This belief becomes a powerful motivator, helping you to stay committed even when faced with challenges or doubts. As you build momentum, you'll find that taking action becomes more natural and less reliant on external motivation.